All right, guys, welcome to day one of Rock the Basics. Today we're going to talk about meeting friends. Okay, so today I give you permission to make lots and lots of friends. How about that? That's an easy assignment, right? So we're going to talk about how to meet new friends on Facebook, how to meet new friends on Instagram, and how to initiate conversation with people and get to know people. So that's what we're going to talk about today in assignment number one. Okay, and we are going to use for today your Rock the Basics invite bubble tracker. So you guys all printed this, I hope. It is in the files section of the group. Okay, so it's in the files section. It's called Rock the Basics invite tracker. Okay, and I want you to print this off. So this is a way for us to track the invites that we're sending and the people that we're meeting. It's not a perfect system, but it's pretty good, okay? So hopefully you like it. You're going to use it for the next 3 weeks, and I'll reference it during certain videos that you're going to need to use it. If you don't love it, you don't have to use it after Rock the Basics, but I do want you using it while you're here in Rock the Basics, and I'm going to ask you to share that with us throughout. So, okay, so first thing, let's figure out how do we meet new people. So I see a lot that people start off in this business and they get talking to people in their network. So they reach out to friends and family, and they're having some success in the beginning. But then they realize that they run out of people to talk to. So I want you to start meeting new people and adding people to your network right away. That's an activity that you're going to be doing all the time as a Beachbody coach is building your network, okay? You want to continue to build your network. You want to continue to add people as friends on Facebook. You want to continue to add followers on Instagram. Those are the two that I use. You may use some other, some different social media platforms, but those are the two that I'm going to reference the most in Rock the Basics. They've been really successful for me, so and I know a lot about the two of them, so that's what I'm going to talk about. So how do we meet new friends on Facebook? So the easiest way to meet new friends on Facebook is using the friend finder. So there's something on Facebook and it pops up regularly, like, meet new friends, or I forget exactly what it's called, but it's basically a way for you to connect with like mutual friends. So you can look and see on Facebook where it says, you have 6 mutual friends in common with this person, and you can access that by going to your friends list, and then there's somewhere that says like find friends, and it will tell you you have 12 mutual friends with this person. And honestly, you may not particularly know them, but a lot of times people are going to accept your friend request because you have so many friends in common. I really try not to send friend requests to people that don't have a lot of mutual friends in common. So here's your first assignment for today. I want you, as you can see on your bubble tracker, that first column says new Facebook friends, right? Do you see that new Facebook friends right there, that first column? So there's 10 bubbles there. Okay, your goal really over the next couple days is to add 10 new Facebook friends. I want you to continue to always add Facebook friends, but just for the sake of space and time that we have on this tracker, we are just going to hold you guys to getting 10 new Facebook friends, or at least sending out 10 requests, okay? So here's how the bubble tracker works. Say you find someone that you have friends in common with, or you find someone that you went to high school with that you know, and you send them a friend request. I want you to write their name in the bubble. So write their name here. Right here I have Denise Bartlett. And I sent her a friend request. So I outline the bubble with a highlighter. Once Denise accepts my friend request, I'm going to fill it in. So Denise accepted my friend request, and I'm going to fill in that bubble. So that means it's complete. That means that she accepted my friend request. Awesome. My next friend request I sent was to Tammy P. Okay, I just abbreviated her last name. So Tammy did not accept my friend request. Usually I check after a couple days, and if the friend request has not been accepted or it's still lingering out there, I'll go and I'll cancel the friend request, because you really don't want a lot of friend requests held out there. Because then Facebook can kind of block you. It's just not something we want to do. So what I do is after I send out friend requests, a couple days later I'll go to my friends tab, and there'll be a little thing for me to see outstanding friend requests, or friend requests that I've sent, I think is what it's called. And I can see which ones have not accepted. And after a couple days of them lingering out there, I just cancel them. So Tammy hasn't accepted my friend request, so I'm going to put a big X through hers, okay? Hopefully we get more filled in bubbles than not, right? So give people a couple days, 2 or 3 days to respond to your friend request. Okay, so that's how we track that. The easiest way, like I said, is to go through and find out who you have mutual friends with. You're going to see people from high school. You're going to see people that you work with. You're going to see a lot of people that you know. Okay, so start there. That's the easiest way to grab friends. We're going to talk also about how to meet brand new people that you may have never been in contact with before. So on Facebook, the easiest way to do this is to go and search for different groups that you can connect with. So a lot of you guys are parents. So if you go and you search for, you know, parents, you know, like a parenting group, or maybe there's a group for the company that you work for, or maybe there's a running group that you want to be a part of, or maybe there's a triathlon group that you want to be a part of, or whatever your hobbies or interests are. I want you to start joining groups where you can connect with other people. And the way that you can do that is if you go to Facebook and you search, you pull up Facebook and you search, and you go to the search bar, and let's just say you type in parenting. Okay, so you type in parenting, and all the way at the bottom you're going to say see more results for parenting. Okay, when you see that, click on that, and then you'll have the option there. There's a tab called groups. So it's going to show you a lot of different groups that involve parenting. Okay, and you can ask to join those groups. Cool. Maybe you have a pet, like I have a boxer, so maybe I'm going to join a group that's called boxers, you know, boxer lovers or whatever. I have a good friend who's a coach, and she has 3 girls that all have curly hair, and she's in a group called Girls with Curly Hair, and she has met so many people in that group, other moms that she can connect with. Or maybe you're super tall and you're like in a tall ladies group. There is literally groups for everything. So be creative and start searching for groups. Once you're in those groups, and you've been added to those groups, I want you to start checking them, you know, a couple times a week. So don't overdo it with how many groups. Just find a couple really good groups that you connect with, and check in with those groups a couple times a week, and be interactive. Post in the groups, comment on people's stuff in the groups, and eventually you're going to start building some relationships with people, and you'll be able to start adding new friends. So when you feel like the time is right, when you've built a relationship with someone in that group, and you know there's a little bit of trust there, you can send the friend request. You don't want to send the friend request right away because that's weird and creepy, right? You want to build a relationship with someone first before you send that friend request. So once you've sent that friend request, you've built that relationship, and you feel comfortable sending the friend request, then you can write their name in the bubble and you can circle it. Okay? You're probably not going to use this group networking, you know, activity right away, because you probably have a lot of people that you already know that you can add as friends immediately. But this is something to think about after Rock the Basics, and after, you know, to start building your network, because we never want to get to the point where we feel like our contact list or our network is growing thin and we have no one else to talk to. Because honestly, it's like a funnel. It takes time to meet new people. It takes time, right, to build those relationships in the group. That's going to take some time. Then it takes time to build trust and to get to know that person, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit. And then it takes time to invite them to your challenge group. So that process is a couple months long. You don't want to find yourself saying, oh, I have nobody in my network, now I need to go out, because then you're going to have nobody for 2 months. So it's a continual process. So you always want to be adding to your network and having people in different spots in the funnel of you're getting to know them, you're building trust, you're inviting them to your challenge group. Okay? So, as one piece of advice for you, as you're adding new people to Facebook, keep a list. Keep a list of where you met them, how you know them. That's just going to help you in the future. I wish that I would have done that. It would have helped me tremendously in the future. So take my advice and put the extra time in and create a list of friend requests you're sending and people that are accepting your friend requests and how you met them. Take notes on people. It makes a big difference. Okay. Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram account, I want you to have one. So you can create an Instagram account. Instagram is really amazing. It's a great way to meet people as well as on Facebook. But Instagram is really cool because you can follow people and without like necessarily sending them a friend request. So you can just follow people and you can get to know them that way. We're going to talk a lot more about Instagram coming up in one of the lessons in the 21 days. So I'm not going to go into Instagram a ton right now, but I do want you to know that you should have an Instagram profile and you should be posting similar stuff on Instagram that you're posting on Facebook. Day 2, tomorrow we're going to talk about social media posts. Okay, so let's move on to how do you get to know people after you've become friends with them? Or how do you get to know people that you're already friends with that maybe you've never had a chance to get to know? This process is called FORM, F-O-R-M, and that acronym stands for Family, Occupation, Recreation, Message. Okay, so those are going to guide you on what you talk to these people about. So you can build trust by talking to people about their family, about their occupation, about recreation, like what they like to do for fun. Do they go to the beach with their family? Do they like to run? Do they like to race cars? Do they like to surf? Whatever. Okay, you find out what they like to do, and you ask them about it. You ask them lots of questions about their family. You ask them lots of questions about what they do. You're building trust. You're getting to know them. And as you're getting to know them, as you're talking to them about these things, and I'm sure I've talked to all of you guys about these things because I wanted to get to know you. I wanted to know about your life situation and maybe where I could help you. Because as you're listening and asking questions and listening and asking questions and listening, you're going to hear clues and you're going to hear things that are going to help you form your message to this person. You're going to hear clues such as, you know, I work 2 jobs and I'm barely making ends meet. Or you're going to hear clues of, you know, like, you know, I've had 2 kids and you know, I put on a lot of weight, but they're worth it. And I love being a mom. I wouldn't change it for the world. But you're going to hear little clues like that, and you're going to form your message about how you can offer something to help these people. Okay, you can either offer them, you know, to be part of your challenge group that you're going to be starting soon, or even to be a coach on your team. If they're struggling financially, or if they hate their job, or if you hear that they're really into fitness and they love spreading the word about fitness, maybe they love being a coach. But you've got to build that trust. You've got to listen to them and understand what they're about first. You've got to form them first before you send that message. Okay? We're going to talk about what kind of messages you can send on, I believe it's day 3. Where did my list go? Day 4, we talk about inviting in the messages that you send. Okay, so so as you're forming people, as you're using FORM, I want you to be using the bubble tracker again. So you have 2 columns. So your goal during Rock the Basics is to form 20 people. Okay, that's your goal. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but that's your goal. I want you guys to work towards that, and I know you guys can do it. Forming is really easy. It's really just about getting out of your comfort zone and reaching out to people and say, hey, we haven't talked in forever. How are you? What's going on with you? Tell me about your family. What are you doing these days? It's super easy. Just talk to people. I give you permission to just talk to people. Don't mention anything about Beachbody when you're forming people. Don't do it. Okay, just take the pressure off yourself and just get to know them. Build trust. Okay, so Stephanie K is a friend of mine from high school. She just got married, so I just recently reached out to her, telling her how beautiful her wedding pictures were. And so I wrote her name in here and I circled. I outlined it. I'm not going to fill that in until I send my message out to her. And my message, again, is either going to be inviting her to a challenge group of mine or inviting her to join my team. Okay? So it may take way longer than Rock the Basics to fill that in, and that's okay. I just want you guys to start conversations here, okay? So maybe for the 3 weeks, a lot of these are going to be just bubbles with the circle around them, and that's okay. This is going to help you know who you're talking to. So if we're filling all of these in and you have all 20 names filled in, but nothing is circled in, maybe you're going to go back to one of these names next week and you're going to say, oh, Stephanie K, I haven't talked to her in a while. Maybe I need to continue to keep that conversation going. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to get that conversation going. I'm going to re-engage with her. Okay, so you go back. So this is a great reminder of who you're talking to. Okay, so use this. So the goal is 20 here. Okay, so reach out to 20 people. Get those bubbles going. We're not going to fill them in until, again, you send that message to them. Okay. And then, as you can see on the bubble tracker, which we're going to talk about very soon in the next couple days also, is inviting to your free challenge, and then inviting to your Beachbody challenge, and then you're inviting to be a coach. So as you're filling in those bubbles, like say with Stephanie, I do ask her to join my team and be a coach, I would fill that bubble in that I'm done forming her, and I'm going to add her to my coach column, because I've reached out and I've invited her to be a coach. Okay? So that is really it for inviting and meeting new people. Your assignment is, again, to start filling out to get 10 new Facebook friends and to start forming 20 people. So that's your assignment. I want you to take a picture today of the new Facebook friends that you've sent, the friend requests you've sent, and the people that you've started conversations with forming. I want you to take a picture of your tracker and show me those open bubbles. Okay, so that's your assignment today. And also, post in the comments if you have questions. If you have questions about how to do this or anything when it comes to that, please post there. Also, lastly, please sign up for an Instagram account. That's also your assignment, is to sign up for an Instagram account. Okay, deal? Thanks for being part of day one, and we'll see you tomorrow.